Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Grow Bites. Before getting started, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate that and I'm grateful for all your support. So how about a delicious dessert today? A no-bake cheesecake with strawberries and custard. The custard in this cheesecake makes it more soft and irresistible that it just melts in your mouth. And it can be prepared in 3 easy steps. So let's get to the first step, which is the base layer. For this you need butter biscuits or any other type of cookies of your choice, 170 grams to 200 grams, unsalted butter 65 grams. So at first we are going to crush the biscuits, transfer the biscuits to a food processor or a mixer and crush it into a fine crumbs. Here I am using 200 grams of butter biscuits. If you want a thinner crust, you can use 170 to 180 grams of biscuits. Now transfer this biscuit crumbs to a bowl. So at first try adding 50 grams of melted butter to the biscuit mixture and see whether it is well combined and it's moist. If needed, add the remaining 15 grams of butter. Here I have used 65 grams of melted butter. The mixture should be very moist. Now transfer this mixture to a dish in which you will be preparing the cheesecake. Here I am using a rectangular glass dish lined with butter paper with the measurement as shown here. Ideally, a spring form pan is used because it's easy to demold the cheesecake because it has a loose bottom. So for this amount of ingredients, you need a 4 or 5-inch spring form cake pan. You can use any other pan of your choice. So now transfer the biscuit mixture to the base of the dish and press it firmly with the back of your spoon so that it forms an even layer at the bottom of the pan. If you want to make a larger cake, you can just double the amount of ingredients and use an 8-inch spring form pan instead. Now we are going to chill this pan in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. Now moving on to the second step, which is the eggless vanilla custard. This step is completely optional. You can either use a ready-made custard or any other custard recipe of your choice. For this eggless vanilla custard, you need milk, 2 cups, sugar 1/4 cup, corn flour 3 tablespoons and vanilla extract 2 teaspoons. At first heat a saucepan and add 1.5 cups of milk. Keep a low flame and bring the milk almost to a boil. Now we are going to add the 1/4 cup of sugar and mix really well. Keep a low flame. Keep stirring continuously and let the sugar dissolve in the milk. And we're going to bring the milk almost to a boil. Do not keep a high flame, keep a very low flame. Yeah, now the milk has almost come to a boil. Now we are going to add the cornstarch mixture. So with the remaining 1/2 cup of milk, we are going to add the 3 tablespoons of corn flour and mix well so that no lumps are there. And then we are going to add this corn flour mixture to our milk and keep stirring continuously and keep a very low flame. Cook until the milk is really thick and coat the back of your spoon or spatula. Keep a low flame and stir it continuously. See, for this recipe, since we are using in the cheesecake, I recommend that you cook the custard until it's really thick so that you can avoid the use of gelatin or agar-agar. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence to it and mix it really well. Do remember to keep a low flame throughout the cooking. See, now you can see big bubbles forming. Adding a pinch of salt as well and mix it really well. The milk is thickened well now. It might take another 1 or 2 minutes, but if you're looking for a pourable consistency, this is the right time to switch off the flame. But since we are using it in cheesecake and also to avoid the use of gelatin or agar-agar, it's better you cook it for another 1 minute or so. Because this custard sets well without the use of any gelatin, even using in a cheesecake. So I highly recommend that you cook the custard until it's really thick. Switch off the flame now, and now we are going to sieve the custard through a strainer so that you get a very smooth custard without any lumps. See how smooth our eggless vanilla custard is. If you want the same color as the regular custard, that yellow tinge, you can add any permissible food color, yellow color, or you could even add a pinch of turmeric while cooking the custard. Now cover it with a cling wrap so that the cling film touches the surface of the custards so that it doesn't form any skin on the layer of the custard. And now we're going to set aside for this to cool. Now let's move on to a final step. That's mixing the custard, the fruits and the cream cheese together. So for this you need cream cheese softened 200 grams, castor sugar or powdered sugar 1/4 cup, gelatin which is optional, water, strawberries or any other fruits of your choice. So if you're going to use the same custard recipe as shown in this video, you can skip this gelatin part. But if you're using the ready-made custard or any other custard which doesn't have the same consistency as the one we prepared, you have to use gelatin or agar-agar. So here I'm showing with gelatin. It's 1 1/4 teaspoons of gelatin mixed in 4 teaspoons of cold water and set aside to bloom. Now take a larger bowl and add 200 grams of softened cream cheese. And to this we are going to add 1/4 cup of castor sugar or powdered sugar, and using a hand mixer beat the cream cheese and the sugar until smooth. If you do not have an electric beater, you can always use a whisk, but it might take a longer time. So if you have one, use an electric one. Scrape the sides of the bowl and mix until smooth. It might take just 1 or 2 minutes because the cream cheese is already softened. So now to this we are going to add 1 cup of the eggless vanilla custard which we had prepared earlier. It's cooled now. And if you are using any other custard of your choice, add it now, but just use 1 cup of it and mix it lightly so that the custard, the cream cheese are all well combined. So if you are using this custard, you can skip using the gelatin or agar-agar, but if you're using any other regular custard like the ready-made one, please use gelatin or agar-agar for the cheesecake to set well. So I'm just showing here how to use the gelatin. So just heat the gelatin until it's melted and slightly cooled. Add to the mixture now. There's no need for the gelatin in this recipe, but I'm just showing so that you know when to use it and how to use the gelatin if you're using the ready-made custard. And just mix it lightly so that it's well combined with the cream cheese and the custard mixture. Now we are going to add the fruits to this mixture. You can use any fruit of your choice. Here I'm using strawberries. Use at least half cup of the fruits. Mangoes are a good choice. You can use blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. If you're using mangoes or strawberries, please remember to chop them and use it, and just fold in the mixture. Now we're going to pour this mixture onto our chilled biscuit layer. So take out the dish from the refrigerator and pour carefully the custard and cheese mixture over the chilled biscuit layer. This is a very quick and easy recipe, and if you're using a ready-made custard or the store-bought one, it's even more easier because you need to just prepare the base layer and mix the custard with your cream cheese and gelatin and allow it to set. Just smoothen the surface with an offset spatula so that you get a smooth layer on the top, and allow this cake to set in the refrigerator for at least 6 to 8 hours. Overnight is ideal. And just wiping off the edges, and that's it. Keep it covered and let it set in the refrigerator overnight. So this is how it looks like after setting completely. I had kept it overnight in the refrigerator. See, it's completely set. It's got a very smooth finish. Just wait for 5 minutes before you cut and serve. And remember to keep this cheesecake refrigerated when not in use. So there you go, your no-bake cheesecake with custard is ready. I hope you'll like this recipe, and see you all soon with more good recipes. Until then, goodbye.